all of them.
I'm good at it, you know? I teach it. Good evening. Welcome to MBU Theatre and Dance's Go Well. How we do? Annual Awards Night. MBU Theatre and Dance is a Christ-centered department that challenges our students to view their work through a biblical vantage point. We believe that all truth is God's truth, and therefore all great and truthful works of theater and dance carry within them glimmers of God's redemptive plan. And so tonight we're choosing to honor the students and others who have worked diligently towards excellence, knowing that God is worthy of our very best. I wish that I could give every single student here tonight an award, because they all, in some way or another, are shining examples of what it means to be a successful, professional theater artist and also students at Missouri Baptist University. The decision to pursue theatrical and dance arts is one that requires tenacity, bravery, and a desire to effect change through the portrayal of other stories who may or may not be like us. It is a commitment to diligent hard work, all while knowing that the craft is not about any one individual, but about the complete team of artisans who move the story from idea to page to stage. MBU Theatre and Dance aligns itself with the university by pursuing core values that are derived from Missouri Baptist University's own core values. These core values guide everything from season selection to program admittance to rehearsal schedules to curriculum. These guiding values encourage us to become more like Jesus and to represent him well. MBU Theatre and Dance students are expected to pursue excellence, knowing that God is worthy of our very best. MBU Theatre and Dance students freely and responsibly search for truth, believing that all great works of theater contain truths that hold fast through eternity. MBU Theatre and Dance students cultivate character through hard work, humbly considering one another more than themselves, and supporting other students in the department with words and actions. MBU Theatre and Dance students push for social change by serving one another and the world, and leading as Jesus did, having this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men. I always like to begin this evening with a recap of our season. If you count the various capstones that were performed this year, as well as our upcoming New York performance, our department has put up 13 productions this year. Some of those productions seem like a lifetime ago because you've done 10 productions since then. But just 8 months ago, we performed our first and maybe only 24-hour play. We'll see if I'm still tired in August. Night of the Living Dead, and it was our very first fundraiser of the year. The cast and crew received their scripts exactly 24 hours before the play went up, and learned lines, built sets, pulled costumes, and performed the finished product the next evening. It was a wild ride, and I personally learned that I am too old to stay up all night. I cannot do it anymore. The production was a caffeine-filled, screaming fever dream of a show that I am actually quite proud of you all for. If you were a member of the cast or crew, please stand and be recognized. Next slide. The Tempest was actually the very last holdover from when the world stopped in 2020. Eliana Steele's senior capstone project had to be canceled as we went online. This year, she finally got to direct it as a main stage show. Aside from Eliana, it was completely produced and designed by our student body to stunning effect. If you were a member of the cast or crew, please stand and be recognized. Mary Poppins. Opened in November and absolutely blew audiences away from the large cast, to the practically perfect costumes, to the flight out over the audience and proscenium walk. It was one of the most technically difficult musicals we have produced. We set a record number of ticket sales, including a Sunday afternoon show with 750 audience members. We laughed, we cried, we made Bradley hang upside down from the ceiling, even though he's afraid of heights. And you brought joy to over 1,500 people in one weekend. If you were a member of the cast or crew, please stand and be recognized. All is calm. This is a show that I personally have dreamed of producing for many years, but the timing of producing it now feels a little bit like God's providence. This production was our first collaboration with MBU chamber singers. In 3 weeks, a group of about 20 men learned an hour and a half of a cappella music and monologues, while the women designed and also learned a cappella Christmas carols to sing in the Great Hall before shows. It was a testament to the grit and talent of the entire Fine Arts department. But the themes are what stick out to me as the real highlight of the show. All Is Calm reminded us to look for the humanity in others, even in the midst of a war. It taught us that the other might not be too different from ourselves. And it clearly depicts the power of Christ incarnate, descending into the very worst parts of humanity to live among us. And every time I say this quote, I text Bradley because he said it, and I'm like, I know I'm not saying this quote right, but I love it so much. Will you please text it back to me? So here it is. It's question, little baby born this night, how could you ever love mankind? Is a clarion call to all of us to love when it is impossible to love. If you were a member of the cast or crew, please stand and be recognized. Reset in 1992, we explored Arthur Miller's world through the eyes of victims of the Satanic Panic. The rehearsal process was pure collaboration as we explored this world together and decided how to guide our audiences through the nightmare of the people in Salem. This show will always be one of my favorite achievements as a director, and that is a testament to the cast, design team, and crew. I hope that because of this experience, we all remember to never let fear guide our decisions and to always live in our integrity. To be brave and speak out, even if it costs you. And to always be children of the truth and light in a world that feeds us lies and darkness. If you were a member of the cast or crew, please stand up and be recognized. is a hallmark of our program. It's something that we've been doing since we began the musical theater program way back in 2007. And something that we will continue to do in the future. This is our upperclassmen's time to shine. They audition early on in the year and then put together a cabaret of different songs and scenes to kind of highlight their talents, and then eventually take that to New York, hopefully for casting directors and agents. It was a beautiful production, again, put on in a week, and one thing that I want to recognize very quickly is that I caught pneumonia the week that we were supposed to be rehearsing, and she's gonna hate that I'm doing this to her, but Sarah Diggy stepped in and directed the whole show, beginning to end, and I couldn't even be there until Saturday. So I would like, and she is not gonna wanna stand up, but we're gonna recognize her as well. So with the cast and crew of the New York Showcase, please stand for your Christian liberal arts colleges is our dance program. What I love the most about the program is that we have both students who have danced their entire lives and students who have never taken a dance class. And both sets learn and grow under compassionate but rigorous teaching. We are the only Southern Baptist University in the state to offer a dance minor, and there are less than 10 of us in the country. I like to point out from time to time that God never commanded us to create theater directly, but He does command us to dance. And our students do this with excellence. Dancing in the Light was our first collaboration with STL Rhythm Collaborative. Produced, yes. Directed by Maria Majors. The first half of the concert featured a portion of STL Rhythm Collaborative's In Due Time, while the second half featured our student dancers in a variety of styles. This was also the largest group of student choreographers we have ever had in our concert. If you are a member of the cast or crew, please stand and be recognized. And the directed class presented scenes from Lovesick and Almost Rain this weekend. What are pictures? You just finished it. Our drama outreach program also continued to grow and perform across the state. In Character had 10 performances this year in schools, churches, and on campus. The agency had 6 performances, including participating in several simulations for the School of Nursing, and creating an opening act for Early College Partnerships Discover MBU recruitment event. In the midst of all of this, our students competed in Spartan Line. Ashley Harris and Emma Brandwein were inducted as student body president and vice president. We sang 2 masterworks with Karase, sang for the Missouri Baptist Pastors Conference with chamber singers, traveled to Texas with MBU Handbells, sang on Campbell Wax, acted for the School of Nursing's mass casualty simulation, won nationals in co-ed cheer, lots of things that our theater and dance students are doing across campus. So give all of yourselves a round. Our faculty and staff members worked on PhDs, MFAs, had babies. Had babies kicked out of daycare. that's everyone, including a 5-game stint as concession stand workers at Busch Stadium. During which time I was known to shout on occasion, "I have a master's degree." I was very tired. This year has had a variety of challenges, like any year, that our students met every challenge with a mixture of grit and grace. There's nothing that I love more than recounting the achievements of our students throughout the year, because they deserve every bit of recognition that they receive. We want to take time tonight to recognize our Irene Ryan nominees and give you a brief recap of our conference experience this year. The Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival is a national theater program involving 20,000 students from colleges and universities nationwide annually. For 50 years, the organization has served as a catalyst in improving the quality of college theater in the United States. KCACTF has grown into a network of more than 700 academic institutions throughout the country. Each year, we attend the Region 5 Conference, where students participate in pre-professional auditions, workshops, intensives, and compete for the Irene Ryan Scholarship. Bradley Bliven and Evan Clausen were nominated to compete for the Irene Ryan Scholarship. For their performances in our production of Fools. Bradley and his partner, Gavin Young, received high praise from respondents and were one of 52 teams out of 250 to progress to the semi-final round of competition. Michael Cox's 10-minute play, A Trial of Worries, was selected to participate in a workshop in which actors performed a cold read of his play, and he received feedback from professional playwrights. He is the first student from MBU to participate as a playwright in the festival. 8 of our students who participated in professional auditions and interviews received callbacks from all over the country. If I don't include you, it's because you didn't email me, so don't email me. Bradley Bliven, Stella Adler Acting Studio, Crane River Emporia University Summer Theater, Prairie Repertory Theater, and Brownville Village Theater. Jenny Duncan, Crane River, Paul Bunyan Playhouse, Brownville Village Theater, Prairie Repertory Theater. Gavin Young, Brownville Village Theater. Greg Carr, Paul Bunyan Playhouse, National Theater for Children, Prairie Repertory Theater. Evan Clausen, Stella Adler Acting Studio. Caleb Pinninger, Paul Bunyan Playhouse, Crane River Emporia Summer Theater, and Maddie Cook, Paul Bunyan Playhouse, and Prairie Repertory Theater. Please stand and be recognized. All advanced to semifinals of the Musical Theater Intensive Cabaret. Jenny Duncan was selected to participate in the Musical Theater Dance Intensive, in which she was taught Broadway choreography by Corey West from Ain't Too Proud, Nice Work If You Can Get It, and South Pacific, and performed for conference attendees. Improv show we took over, which sold out 5 minutes after tickets went on sale. None of us got to see it. One person got to see it. Oh, you did? They took my ticket. He was one of 20 cast members selected to perform. USITT was held in St. Louis this year, and Will Launsby and Ashley Harris, as well as theater assistant Isabel Scheibe, got to go for free because of their second place, is that right? Yeah. Second place finish in last year's USITT Scouting Tournament. Well, who was, I don't know, actually. Let me give my credit where credit was due. Both Will and Ashley participated in a variety of workshops as well as interviews. The past few years, we have seen a huge increase in the amount of students that are interested in technical theater and design, and I'm excited to get to promote this conference to students who want to grow in the field and pursue career opportunities there. When I meet with prospective students and their nervous parents, without fail, will say this to them, which is probably not the best sales pitch in the world, but it is an honest one. If you want to be a star, I cannot help you. But if you want to tell stories and work in the industry, I can help you do that. Our program is designed to ensure that students can audition well and hopefully perform if that is their goal, but to also give them skills to work in a variety of jobs within the theater or dance industry. I'm proud to say that year over year, we see the vast majority of our students finding work within the industry within 6 months of graduation, which is pretty outstanding. I want to do something new this year, and we'll see if it works, and if it doesn't, I won't do it next year. I want to recognize all the students who have gotten a summer internship or have been hired in any role within the theater or dance industry beginning after the school year ends. Does that make sense? All right. If you are in this group, would you mind coming to the front and just lining across the front? And I'm going to have you introduce yourself and tell us where you'll be working this summer. Yeah, if you've been hired in an internship or a job. Yay! All right, come on up. I know. Introduce yourself, tell us what your major is, the role you'll be filling, what company that you will be filling it with. Yeah? All right, we'll start with you.
Hello, my name is Launsby. I am a double major in theater and business administration. I'll be working for a English Shakespeare Festival as technical assistant, and then I'll be traveling to Kansas for Music Theater Wichita as an electrician for their 2023 season.
I will be an actor, a designer for hair and makeup, and a costume assistant.
Hi, I'm Michael Cox. My major is theater, and I will be traveling up to Minnesota to go to the Paul Bunyan Playhouse to be in the play that goes wrong, and I will be playing the role of Dennis.
In Godspell, while also understudying Judas and Jesus, and I will also be understudying Buddy the Elf and Elf musicals.
Thank you guys for inviting me. I wanted to have them come up because I feel like without fail, each year there's one person that somehow doesn't make it into my inbox, and then I don't get to recognize them. So this was a safer bet. Make sure that we recognize everyone who does a job this summer. All right. I would now like to invite Isabel Scheibe, theater assistant and stage manager extraordinaire.
Yes.
To the podium to present our Achievement in Technical Theater Award.
Alright. Don't mind me, my speech is on my phone, so I apologize. I have to read it verbatim, I'm sorry. Alright. I'm honored to be up here to present the award to the person I know is well deserving of it. Ashley Harris. You had the desire to be the best and most skilled person so you could be the one who could jump in and help out and get things done. It is safe to say you have achieved this goal as you have not only learned but have executed many different areas of theater, from acting, set design, costume design, scenic painting, props design, stage management, ASM work, and now even lighting design. You don't let anything stop you from doing what you put your mind to, and on top of that, you take the time to care for others and to check in on them. You have a care for others like nothing else I've seen, and it's something that makes you a strong SM and designer. Your strength and perseverance is another thing that makes you such a strong technician, and know these are the amazing qualities that you would bring to any job and any task you take. Thank you for being such a hard worker for this department and being someone that I can always rely on for anything. When people ask what I like about working in academics, I say I love getting to share my passion for theater and getting to see others grow and find their specific passions. I love being able to be their biggest supporter wherever I can. Ashley, I'm honored to be your cheerleader and to have been on the sidelines to see as you've grown and adapted these past 3 years, and not only in theater, but as a human taking on this crazy thing called life. Now, before I give you this reward, here are my last words for you. Be bold in your choices, trust yourself, help others, but don't forget to help yourself. Be okay with making mistakes, because that is where you have gotten to where you are today. Know that you're an amazing person like I know you are, and don't ever give up on your passion. Continue doing what makes you passionate. Now, I'm honored to present the Tech Theater Award to Ashley Harris.
The 2023 Dance Award recipient is someone who has grown in multiple capacities as an artist this season. I have had the opportunity to watch this student grow in her versatility since starting at MBU. She came to the university with a strong technical foundation and has taken every opportunity to branch out of her comfort zone, welcoming every challenge placed before her by her teachers and guest choreographers. When choreographers work with her, the feedback I consistently hear is when we discuss her work, they say she just makes it easy, which is something that a director and a choreographer loves to hear. What I'm incredibly proud of this dancer for is her ability to advocate for herself and other dancers. Over the last year, I have seen her learn to listen to her body as she recovered from an injury and advocate for her health to her coach and her professors. When choreographing and rehearsing her own piece in our dance concert, the well-being of her dancers were always in the forefront of her mind. She was consistently advocating for her cast throughout the production, ensuring that the dancers were comfortable with the movement, rehearsal process, and costuming. She is a student who puts the same level of effort into her work as she does in taking care of those around her, and I could not be more proud of the growth she has made in her past 2 years at MBU. I am so honored to present the 2023 Achievement in Dance Award to Emma Brandwein.
Every once in a while, it is necessary to invent a new category for a student because the hard work they've done does not fit neatly inside of the categories that we have given in the past. Such is the case with this student. I'd love to try to keep her name a surprise until the end of my speech, but her work in this area is so obvious and exemplary that it is impossible. When people think about a director, they usually think of someone sitting in a foldable chair, yelling at actors through a megaphone. I wish. We think of them telling actors where to stand and what their motivation is for a particular scene, but that is actually the smallest part of a director's job. A director provides the guiding light for a production. A director decides what story the company will be telling with a particular script, and then guides actors, designers, crew, and audience toward that story using one unified vision. A good director has a clear vision that enables them to make the right decisions quickly and to empower everyone working on the production to use their own unique abilities to get the production closer to that vision. It requires you to be attentive to sometimes 50 to 100 people, knowing their individual needs and capabilities and adjusting the process so that everyone can be successful. It is being able to look into the future and see how one decision can impact many other parts of the process down the line. As I mentioned earlier tonight, we produced a 24-hour play for the first time, which seemed really fun, right? And I think generally it was. But it takes a very specific and special individual to lead a group to produce theater in just 24 hours. Jenny Duncan was our woman of the hour. She led design team meetings, blocked the show, made cuts and adjustments, and cleared the way for everyone to have a great show. I'm also pretty sure she ended up running a board at some point. Did you run the light board? I think you did. I don't remember. I even wrote, who can remember? It was a fever dream. But it didn't end there. During Mary Poppins, Jenny not only took on a leading role in the production, but she served as co-dance captain and helped me as the production evolved and there were not enough rehearsals left to adjust blocking, spacing, and some choreo that wasn't working and it just could not wait. Jenny was the assistant director for All Is Calm, where in a 3-week all-hands-on-deck rehearsal process, she blocked scenes, clarified vision, and even helped run some music rehearsals. After choreography was set for our New York showcase, and one of our cast members was injured, Jenny reset much of the choreo to make sure that he could be included, even in a wheelchair. And of course, she directed a scene for this weekend's production of Scenes. Jenny excels at performance and design, and has worked in almost every part of the production process during her time at MBU and before, and in other places as well. This alone makes her, and will continue to make her, an excellent director who can value and understand the contributions that each individual person on the team makes to telling the story. So please join me in congratulating our Achievement in Directing Award recipient, Jenny Duncan. I'm going to save one award for just a second. overseeing their stage management program, and I could not be more thrilled for her, like truly. Could not be more thrilled for her. Well, very, very sad for me. So sad for me. Isabel started working here 4 years ago as our theater assistant, and you all do not know the ways in which she has completely changed our lives. Every system that exists here is because she designed it. We have a functioning props and costume closet because Isabel built it. We have sets because Isabel buys the materials and sets work hours after load-in. Isabel has been an incredible example of stage management. She has worked with our students on numerous productions. Oh no, I shouldn't have looked at you. Isabel, you have left a legacy here that will continue to take this department to new heights. God brought you to us at exactly the right moment, and I cannot imagine the chaos that I would have wrought on all of them if it wasn't for you. So, thank you so much. We love you. This award is given to the student that we feel best exemplifies our core values. When we developed this award, it was always our hope that it would be an award that would showcase exactly what it means to be an exemplary MBU theater or dance student. It is someone who, yes, is an excellent theater maker, but more than that, it is someone who strives to improve, who is an excellent student, who is fun to work with, who makes us all want to be not just better artists, but perhaps better people. If I had to think of one word to describe the student receiving this award tonight, it would be consistency. Consistency is a quality that, to be honest, I don't feel like I talk about enough. But it is absolutely necessary if you are going to work in this industry. This student has challenged themselves academically and professionally, and because of their hard work, they have become a performer that I'm going to admit I have become like a little bit obsessed with this year. They're always on time, always have their lines memorized. I hear them in the practice room working on their voice lesson literature. I see them refining their dance skills between classes and rehearsals. They work hard at load-in and strike. They put in the extra work when it is needed, like when we're all so exhausted we could collapse, but the trust for Flying Mary has got to come down and we need 15 people to do it. I'm not crying. I am sure it comes as no surprise to anyone that theater can also be a pretty petty place. When everyone is going for the same roles, and you are constantly surrounded by your competition, it can be hard to continually cheer on the rest of your cohort. It takes a person of outstanding character, which, as I'm sure you have guessed, this student possesses. But I think what is even more difficult is to be a person that everyone else wants to cheer on, because we all do want to cheer this person on. Because we know that this student is exactly the kind of person we hope to be working with in the future. Kind, considerate, hardworking, consistent, humble, and talented. And I have never seen a student grow more than this student has over the past 4 years. Please join me in congratulating our Servant Leadership Award recipient, Sophie Karase. meaning that they are only given if there are students in the graduating class that have earned them with their academic and theatrical performance over their entire MBU career. So we don't always give all of the theater awards. We decide each year. Will received the Outstanding Theater Student Award this year. Will received this award because of his outstanding performances over the course of his 4 years. But I do want to make particular mention of his performance as John Proctor in The Crucible. When we held auditions for The Crucible, I knew that I needed John to be someone who was not afraid to ask questions. And boldly perform in a style outside of realism. I also needed someone who could lead an ensemble cast as we explored this surrealist style where 20 people rarely left the stage. Every show is special, but as my students all know, The Crucible was an important show for me personally, and Will played the role of John with abandon into near perfection, leaving everything on the stage every night. I will always be grateful for his leadership and his artistry in this role, and also in our department. I always feel bad for these recipients because I don't have anything to hold while I'm reading the cups for them. I should get just a single rose. Bradley received the Outstanding Musical Theater Student Award this year. I thought about talking about specific roles that Bradley has played, and I typed like 3 different ones. I got started and then, not that one, and I tried a different one. But I don't think that specific roles really tell the story of what Bradley has brought to our musical theater program. When I think about Bradley as a performer, this is what I think. Bradley loves his characters. When Bradley puts on a role, it is like watching someone reconnect with a friend. He knows them inside and out. He can tell you what Bert eats for breakfast in the morning. And because of this, he is able to play them with truth and vulnerability. I always feel as a director that Bradley is taking care of his characters. He wants you to see them in the best light possible and will do just about anything to make that happen, including walking upside down on the ceiling. So please join me in congratulating Bradley Bliven. Graduating seniors join me on stage. If you're graduating in May, please join me on stage. It's a big group and I hate it. I know. Oh no. Well, you guys have your time to shine. Yeah. The Stage Door Association includes all MBU Theater alumni. Being a part of this organization grants the members free and reduced ticket prices for our shows, access to private receptions, and exclusive information about the future of the program. In return, we ask that they commit to supporting the theater department with their time, finances, and/or prayer. The position of an alum is not one to be taken lightly. Current students will look to you for inspiration to continue when they are exhausted from their 6th or 10th or 13th show of the season. Advice when they are pursuing their own career paths, and investment from you into the program to keep them believing in the power of their education. If you accept this responsibility, please signify by saying, I do.
I do.
I do.
When I was trying to decide what to give to Stage Door Association members, I wanted to come up with something that they could use regularly, and I finally settled on a couple of books that express my hopes for you far better than I ever could. It is my prayer that you never stop being exactly who God wants you to be, that you change and grow according to His plan, knowing that wherever life takes you, It is for your good and His glory. Remember that the talents that you have are your gifts from God. What you do with those talents are your gifts back to God. Always remember that theater is magic, and magic is the theater, and blessed are we who create that magic. Have a great show. As I look around at many other programs that are struggling to stay afloat or sometimes closing altogether, I am grateful to be in the room with all of you. One person cannot do this job alone. I am constantly astonished by the work that you all put into this program as though it belongs to you, because it does. It is your program, it is not mine. The world right now feels like a scary place. The rhetoric coming from the media and politicians is filled more and more with vitriol and fear-mongering. We are constantly being told that we have to fear the other. And artists are called to stand in this tension. We do not always get to choose the characters that we play. We never get to choose the audiences that we play for. It's not our job to judge them, and we cannot fear them. It's our job to tell their stories. I believe in the power of theater as a force for connection and good in the world, and with God, a force for His kingdom. I am grateful that He allows us to be a reflection of His creativity, and I'm grateful for the way that He continues to bring exactly the right students to MBU at exactly the right moment in time. Theater reminds us that we share a commonality in the Imago Dei, that every single human is made in the image of God and worthy of dignity and love. Democrat or Republican, white, black, Asian, Latino, indigenous, atheist, or Christian, gay or straight. The act of embodying a character reminds us of God becoming flesh and dwelling among us. And because He chose to do this, we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weakness. And because we want to be His hands and feet, we also endeavor to step into the shoes of people who are unlike and like us, so that we can serve and love them better. Students, you have been called to a beautiful profession. We create an experience that can cause others to laugh, cry, think, believe, hope, and change. And now more than ever, it falls to us to remind the world of our common humanity and our common Creator. Let's always remember that He designed us with a purpose, to bring Him glory, and that when we fail, He made a rescue plan for us. And every single truthful work of theater brings that reality a little more into focus. I want to congratulate all of you on a successful year. I cannot wait to see what next year has in store. Would everyone please stand as instructor of theater? Jason Starr leads us in the benediction and join us afterwards in the hall for reception.
Okay, let's go to God in prayer. Father God, we are truly blessed that you are a God of relationships. We love the fact that you have brought us together in these relationships. We love the fact that we've had this opportunity to know one another for the time that we've known them. We know that you have called us here to do this now, and that you have a purpose for us, Lord. We are grateful that your relationship flows through us, the love that you have for the Son, the love the Son has for us. We ask that we use that love to share it with everybody else, and we are blessed to share with everybody as storytellers. Father, you have called us to this great profession, and we ask that you continue to bless us. And we also ask that you could bless this food that we're about to eat and use it to nourish our bodies as we head out tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.